You don't want to be like this.
Let's be the last one. Ah, no! Triple locked pieces. I mean, I already spoiled myself with this because my flowing start. It is very hard to say whether this could be an upgrade. Last stat matters a lot for this piece to be anywhere close to important, but the other two, there's a good chance both of these are crits, stat lines of some kind. Ooh, I do kind of want that. I do kind of want that. Okay, alright. 2 crit damage circlets and feather. I do need a better circlet for my Skirk actually. What she currently has is really good though. If I could just get crit damage with crit rate and attack percent, then everything else just doesn't matter. Feather is competing with this, you know, and even though I have no one using it for an unfortunate reason, it's because I need a double crit HP ER. There just isn't anything that can really compete with that, because like I'm using stat lines that normally isn't really an upgrade for what I consider to be a good artifact, but it just is better just because the lack of HP is very noticeable when you have the crit for someone like Newland. So, first step. Fuck! Why not? Oh, it actually gave double crit. This piece is kind of dead, because like even if it were to go into crit in the last set, I'd still have to get rid of it. If it goes into crit damage, I don't know if I can still keep it. It's because that the build that I have requires some crit rate, so it's kind of like a weird middle ground. But I'm very stingy thanks to the piece I currently have on new one, being this one. It really helps this build a lot more than a little bit, which is kind of sad to say. Genshin rules for him would be really nice for him and an upgrade on that piece. But 2 crit damage circlets, I do need a freaking upgrade for Skirk, so but this one with ER, I really need this to roll well. So here's what we'll do. We're gonna 20 it and just hope for the best. I don't have the greatest luck with crit circlets, but I usually don't have the worst luck either. Well, the golden chip set's a different story though. Let's see what we got. If you could see my mouth, bro, it's gaping, it's open.
Brother,
Pause. Wow. Wow. That could be with my best circle on my account. Wow. That might actually be my overall best circle on my account, because like the only other piece that has 14 crit rate that I own on a crit damage circlet, the substats all suck ass. But this got attack percent. This piece is actually a juicy piece, and my Skirk needs this upgrade, dude. That's crazy. That's awesome, dude. Holy, that is an upgrade. That's an upgrade. Oh my god. Might actually be worthy of a clip. I can't ignore that. That quite literally is my best crit damage circle on my account now. Obviously, I don't think this is like my best circlet. I do have one that just have better stat lines. But when it comes to like the actual crit rate stat, this is like my second highest crit rate stat, and it has better stat line. It's just the best of like this type of artifact. What a piece! Oh, what a piece, bro! That is just going to sit on you. The ER is useless, but who cares about that? She didn't even need the crit rate that badly, because like now her build is like ridiculously overcapped, but we don't talk about that. Is what she looks like, by the way. This just means I have more pieces to mess around with to change the build a little bit. I like that. I just can't believe I actually got a piece like that. what's crazier to me is I wonder how this piece would interact on other characters that could use this piece. Obviously, we still got another circlet to roll, but dude, that is a juicy artifact. Oh my god. If that was HP percent, maybe I'd be more excited. Okay, I don't see much hope in this piece. Get this shit up my face. This is what I would consider to be like my highest crit value, circlet on my account. And it still is because just by 0.4%. Just by 0.4%. But it's not the best stat overall on my account anymore. So you couldn't tell this thing is unlocked because I do plan to get rid of it. But I said one day I can see myself getting a better piece than this because the stats overall are just not helping me. Yeah, that man, this really did lift my spirits.